What is up, everybody? I am your homie, bred like a king, Matus Kelvin Cayley. Introduce yourself, bro. You official now. Just introduce yourself.
Talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I'm the Frankster. You know what I mean?
Is that what we calling ourselves now?
I'm the Frankster. I'm Frank D, the one that lays down for nobody.
Oh.
No jobs.
Oh.
I don't do jobs.
Oh, okay. So
right.
You getting over? Is that what we doing? Is that what we
dude?
doing?
I've been over. All right, I've been over.
So what is you like Dusty now? You taking them to the pay window? To the pay window, baby. We going to the pay window.
Hey, listen. Here's the thing. All right, I said it before and I'll say it again, dude. If you want to learn about Frank D, all right, just go check it out. You feel me? I got tons of interviews that I've done. You yourself, but yeah, listen, that's the past. We're on now to the future. We're up here trying to see what we can do here to spread the joy and enlightenment of sports entertainment and any other things that come up here. And that's what we do here on the No Gimmicks podcast. We're not just a wrestling podcast. We're a podcast that talks about whatever the fuck we want, anytime we want. Pretty much it.
Hell yeah. So with that being said, welcome to the No Gimmicks podcast here on the DFPN. Before we get into the show, we got a good one for y'all tonight. We're kicking this shit off with a bang. We got the homie coming through tonight, MRK SX or Mark Socks, however you want to pronounce his name. He doesn't mind it. So he dropped a new project tonight. He is going to be on the show. Then we're going to get into some AEW Dynamite. Then the Montreal Screwjob. We're going to kick this shit off with one of the most controversial topics in the history of professional wrestling. So we'll talk about that. But before we get into that, let's shout out the sponsors. Shout out to the plugs, earbuds. Go to www.gettheplugs.com, enter in code DFPN10 and you will get a 10% discount. If you're looking at the shirt right now that I'm wearing, I have on a plug shirt and you can get one of those there. They're very comfortable, very trendy. Black is my shit. So I had to got me one and support the brand. So you do the same shit. Go to that site. Then go to Audio Swim for you musicians out there. $5 a track gets you exclusive access to all the world's market. And if you need that representation as well, go to Premier Element UAE at premierelement.com. Speaking of my homie, he dropped an album, a very, very fucking amazing album, and it is available at the Dat Feeling Bandcamp as well as all streaming markets. But again, support the homies. Go to datfeeling.bandcamp.com. This episode will be shown in its entirety. The homie has been doing plugs all week on all the DFPN shows if you haven't been catching them. So go to the Patreon at www.patreon.com/datfeelingpodcast. And we also have merch. Go to Teespring, search Dat Feeling Podcast, and you will be able to get in on the merch. Speaking of merch, brand new podcast also leads to brand new merch. So we will be putting merch up this weekend for y'all to go cop. So go cop it. Welcome to the No Gimmicks podcast. Oh, yeah, we do the merch shit too. So we kicking this shit off with a bang, bang, bang. Now, to the show. I mentioned we do have a guest in attendance tonight. And again, I mentioned that he dropped a very, very amazing project called the Rise of SX Heisenberg. He is with us in studio. He's been doing a hell of a run this week talking about this album. So it's only right that we have him on the No Gimmicks podcast to talk about it. Did some amazing work on this album, along with I would be remiss if I didn't shout out the producer for this album because he was a fucking animal. Homie kicked into what we call that? What we call that in the wrestling biz? When you go straight to the top. He grabbed the brass ring. That's what he did with this shit. He put his foot in this motherfucker. So y'all need to go check this fucking album out. Clint Taylor, I'm telling you, by next year, Clint Taylor's gonna be one of the top producers in the game. By next year, if not by the end of this year, with the work he's doing. Homie's a fucking monster. And gracing his presence on that album was the homie, the general, that filling head, MRK SX. Welcome him to the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey man, I'm on a new podcast. This is cool. What up, Frank D? Good to meet you, brother.
So, how you doing, man?
Oh man, all is well. Where you at in the world, my man?
I'm in the great state of Texas.
Okay, what city?
San Antonio.
Man, I love Texas, man. Texas is one of my favorite states, period. Y'all, Texas
Right.
big as hell, though.
Well, you know what? I'm a transplant. I'm a transplant Texan from, I'm from Cali, you feel me? So
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, he used to stay right around the corner from me, MRK.
Okay, yeah, he got the vibe for sure. Yeah, the vibe is definitely Cali.
But yeah, man. So welcome to the podcast, bro. Pleasure to have you on.
No gimmicks. I love it.
Yeah, man. Pleasure to have you on. Pleasure to have you on kicking this shit off, bro. Again, you dropped a hell of a project. You've been talking about it all week. I wanted to have you on with something different because I know you've been getting a mix of questions, but I wanted to keep this shit unique to what it is that we're trying to do over here. So, one of the wrestling terms that we have is called turning, right? So turning, whether you turn babyface good guy or babyface heel, right? One of the biggest things that I noticed just following your body of work with this album, you seem to have a turn, right? So were you turning babyface good guy or were you turning more towards the heel?
Damn, that's a great question. Probably a heel. Probably. I feel like villains are all misunderstood good guys anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that's what SX Heisenberg is. I mean, he just misunderstood because when you understand them, you be in a pickle because then you kind of be a fan of them when you're not supposed to be a fan of them. Right. You get where the aggression comes from. Like you get it, you understand. You know what I mean? And so I think everybody after doing anything for a while, you start to not sweat what people think about you or think about it or whatever. Like it just kind of washes off you over the years, because at the end of the day, like people's opinions can be changed like that anyway. You know what I mean? All a friend of yours for 20 years got to do is let on that he's a fan of a political person you don't like, and all of a sudden y'all not friends no more. You know what I mean? Just like that. As if he's been holding the evil secret all these years. It's like you're a fucking racist, but he's not a racist. You know what I mean? Like but it shit can go bad, man. Like so anyhow, yeah, that's what
So you're comfortable. So, and that's what most heels do, right? They get to a point to where, like, I'm tired of being the fucking nice guy.
Sure.
And 100%. I don't care what people are gonna think with me. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want. Was that your breakout moment for this album?
The character Walter White in the Breaking Bad, who SX Heisenberg is based on, was known as the guy that always did the right thing. You know what I mean? He always made what everybody considered to be the higher moral decision, and so much so that when he started to turn heel, there was a lot of denial, right? Like there was a lot of denial. Have you seen the whole series?
Yeah, I have.
Do you remember? Because this is a perfect example of what happens in wrestling. Remember the moment his brother-in-law found out he was Heisenberg, and he was like, what the fuck? Like he was like
why?
Yeah.
Why?
Like he didn't get it. And he was telling him, he was like, look, man, get over it. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. But yeah, man, it's I think it's just that, bro. Just tired of always being seen as somebody that don't want to ruffle feathers, don't want to, and I feel like I dilute my opinions about things. I have diluted my opinions about a lot of things in the past because I didn't feel like they could coexist with other opinions. You know what I mean?
So do you think you were basically being politically correct? You're being
absolutely, man. Because I spent back in when I decided to become a artist, which I guess now is probably Makk, since 2013, 14, around that time. I was at the end of a decades long stint in church, right? Like I was like at the end of it. And so when I decided to become an artist, I did everything through the lens of what I had been sort of trained to think in that world, right? And so, but artistry is a true reflection of environment. Like that's what it is. And so I had a really hard time trying to adjust how I wanted to communicate because I was worried about what, my wife at the time would think, my mother would think, people in church would think. I was afraid to be expressive in the way that I really wanted to be. And over the years, it kind of, washed off me, and it's like now I'm just trying to talk to you. I'm just trying to tell you what it is. And I feel like people respond mostly to disruption. If it's normal, they can kind of take it or leave it. They can indifference is the dream killer, and I being disruptive, which is basically just getting straight to the heart of something is what people don't like. It's like when my grandfather told me that, my grandmother was just basically a chick on the block he used to smash. You know what I'm saying? Like it was seriously disruptive to me, you know what I mean? But
that'll be like, whoa. What
when I got over that, I was like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's life. And actually, I think I'm a lot better for knowing it. I think humanizing her was better for me. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, so that's a long answer, but yeah.
No, that's a great answer. Yeah. Follow up. What was that moment like? Like when you finally figured that out? Like, how liberating was that shit?
Yeah, extremely liberating. I'm still, and to be honest with you, I'm still figuring it out because like anything you practice at, I don't care what it is, shooting pool, lifting weights, whatever you practice at, there's always the moments where you realize you could do an extra thing, right? Where you could shoot that shot behind your back now, And so what happens, the more I rap, like the more I write songs, the more little new things I can do start to pop up, and it makes me want to be even more expressive. You understand what I'm saying? I do have a certain responsibility. The responsibility that I do feel like I have is to come off like I got some goddamn sense, right? Like so I don't go too far out the way, like I don't just say anything in my music, right? Like I definitely want people to understand that I got common sense, man. You know what I mean? And I don't just say things just for shock value or whatever. Hopefully I'm speaking to somebody, man. I feel like if you a man and you over 35, maybe even over 30, like these days, man, the world starts to communicate certain things to you without overtly saying it, right? Like the other men around you start doing things and you start assimilating to them too. You start realizing that your fashion sense ain't what it used to be. You know what I'm saying? You start realizing all kind of shit, man. Like your swag is like, if you don't catch it, right, like it'll get away from you. You can be fly at the grill cooking. You know what I mean? Like, don't forget now, you know what I mean? Don't just let it go just because you're getting older. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You still it's still there, but as you get older, man, you start to kind of starts to kind of get away from you, especially if you got kids. You start paying more attention to them, and you don't realize, man, you probably got a lot of ticks left in your clock, bro. Like what you got going on? You know what I mean? You know,
Yep.
you start, you know, instead of cutting back on certain foods, you just buy another X with the shirt. You know what I mean? And it's like, but nobody else is saying anything, so you don't really feel the pressure, really, like to, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's all these messages that are not overt. When you early in your 20s, you getting a little bigger was the issue, right? Like it's an issue because you compete for time with the females and all kind of stuff like that. But as you get older,
you get happy, bro. You get happy.
You know what I'm saying? And Lord help you if you were a woman that's getting happy too, because you know what I mean, she ain't putting you in check, you ain't putting her in check, and the next thing you know, both of y'all sitting across the table looking like some goddamn walruses. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out, like, you know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out how to get your sexy back. I sound like I know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I mean? So you know, hopefully I speak to the voice inside of you, telling you to get up off your ass, man. You still got some cool left in you. You know what I mean? Get to it. Like let's get it, man. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you a story. I don't know if you remember this shit.
Let me hear it.
But I remember it. And it's one of the things that sent me on this health journey that I've been fucking with, right? Okay. So I'm in LA and I'm driving to LA, and then out of nowhere he calls me. MRK calls me. You? Yeah, you called me. You called me and you like, bro, I don't know what the fuck you doing, bro, but you gotta get it together, bro. You gotta get it together for the kids, bro. Start eating right, get your life healthy for yourself, bro, because you gotta be there for your kids, bro. I'm like, I'm on the phone like this. I'm like, where the fuck is this coming from? But like the way he said it was like that's all I could fucking think about. Like the way he was talking, he was like, "Hey, bro, it's for your kids, man. You gotta be healthy, man. Health is everything, bro. You gotta do that shit for your kids, bro." And then like after that, I just sat and I was like, "Okay." Like I didn't know how to react to it, but okay.
I don't remember that, man, but that's some real shit. That's some real friend shit. I must have
it was because it was random. It was random as fuck. Yeah. The phone call was so
shit like that though with my friends. I do shit like that with my friends though. Like if I see you slipping, ain't gotta be in front of nobody or nothing. Like I just call you, like, hey.
You just called. It was like it was random. And it was like on the most random day because I ain't really had no business being in LA anyway. But it was like the most randomest shit. And I'm like, but I was like, it was so random that it caught me off guard. And that's all I could think about. So anytime like I'm thinking about that shit, his voice is in my head like, bro, you gotta do this shit.
That is funny, man.
You gotta do this shit, bro. You gotta do this shit.
If you smoke cigarettes and you a friend of mine, you getting the business. Like, hey, just me and you in the ring together with nobody around. Like you getting the business if I can't smoke cigarettes as a friend of mine.
But yeah, man. But I do want to thank you for that shit, though, bro. That shit stuck with me like a motherfucker for the most random reason.
Long live Black, all good.
Shit stuck with me like a motherfucker. But
you're looking great, by the way.
Thank you, bro. Yeah. Appreciate it. But next question. Yeah. And I wanted to center this around like a wrestling topic. So with this album. Your tag team partner, Clint Taylor, dope ass producer, by the way. I'm not even gonna call him dope. This nigga's amazing. We're gonna retire the word dope on the No Gimmicks podcast.
Man, we gotta try.
We're gonna retire that shit. Yeah. He's amazing, bro. So in the sense of him being your tag team partner, WrestleMania, 90,000 people in attendance, record-breaking stadium. He gets to walk out to the ring with you. What song on this album are y'all coming out to?
Second Wind.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a hard choice. Why that
one? Because it tells the story of where I feel like he and I are at. right now. You know what I'm saying? Like we on our second win. You know, you do something, it doesn't I won't say it didn't work, it just didn't meet your expectation. And you gotta figure out how to keep going. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we did. Like we figured out how to keep going. We gave each other our second win, you know, and that's what I feel like from the moment you met me, I feel like that's where I'm at right now. Like I feel like I got my second win. Like I'm ready, I'm ready to go. You know what I mean? Like man, listen, doing artist development in front of people is painful. You know what I mean? When you're not sure what you should be doing, so you trying everything, you putting out all kind of shit, you dressing all kind of different ways, you cutting your hair off, you growing your hair, you doing all kind of shit to try to like find it, and then you looking back at the pictures embarrassed, like, oh shit, like I was wearing blazers and jeans and all types of shit, like just trying to like find it. You know what I mean? Trying to figure out what was gonna work. You know, real jewelry, fake jewelry, wood jewelry, steel jewelry, like everything. Just trying to figure it out, and I feel like I done got pretty close to it. So I feel like I'm on my second win. And I think that would be a dope song, and the beat is super hard. Like the beat for that song is super hard. I feel like if it was playing over a crowd like that, people would be like, "Oh shit, what is that?" You know what I'm saying?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a rock. I'm pretty sure that's a rock sample. Like it's got these huge like guitars.
Yeah, it does. It does. It does. It really does. That's a good song to come out to.
What was you thinking?
I was thinking the one with Crooked on it.
All Up to You?
Yeah, All Up to You. I was thinking that one.
That's emotional, man. You think that one?
Yeah, I think that one.
Yeah,
but
okay.
But yeah, second win's a good choice. That's a good choice. That's a good choice. I'll rock with that shit. I'll rock with that all day long. Speaking of tag team partners, you had other tag team partners. I already mentioned Crooked Eye. Speech from Arrested Development, bro.
Yeah, bodied it, right?
Bodied that shit.
Yeah.
And that listen, that sample, the sample and what you did with it.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Imagine me the first time I heard that beat. Like when it came across my speakers and I'm listening to it with my face like this, like, man, this dude Clint is stupid. Like, what am I? You know, I had to remind myself that I know what I'm doing sometimes when I hear his beats.
You know what I mean? I could get that.
I'd be like, wow, you know. All right, what am I gonna do here? You know. Yeah. And I remember, I'd be like, nah, man, you know what you're doing. Let's go. Yo, man, you ain't scared, bro. I ain't scared of no beats.
You can't be, bro. You can't be. But that speaks to it. So so he pushed you in a way, in a lot of ways.
Yeah, inspired. I think inspire is probably a better way, because I don't know what I'm gonna say before the beat starts. You know what I mean? I had no idea.
Right. You definitely right about that. And one thing that you did mention that I do want to cover is his range on this, because he did the entire project. Right? Yeah. It is his range.
Crazy.
That was incredible, bro. That was incredible, because I know the artist you are, and I know that creativity is something that you love. So how was that inspiring to you, that he was able to be that creative and show that much range over that project?
One of my monikers is King Keep It Moving. You know what I'm saying? And I go by that because it's what I do on a daily basis. If you can stop me in my tracks as often as he did, that's something special. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I'm always working on multiple things at one time. And he was able to, for a prolonged amount of time, every time he would send me something, I had to stop what I was doing. I'm talking in life, like deal with my kids, like everything. I had to stop and write to this shit. Like I needed to either wake up early in the morning or stay up late at night. Like when I had to record this, and I had to record it now. You know what I mean? So that is really, really saying something. You know, so it got symbiotic. Like after a while, like when he would brag about the beat before I even got it. You know what I mean? He would call me on the phone with the beat playing in the background, and I would be upset at him. I would be like, man, I don't want to hear that shit on the phone, man. You know what I mean? Why it ain't in my Gmail, man? You know what I mean? I want to. He playing me the beat, right? He'd be like, listen to this. He'll play the beat. By the second bar, I'm writing. I'm got the hook in my head. Him just playing it on the phone. And then I'm like, so you about to send that right? He'd be like, yeah, I'm about to clean it up. And then like the next day I get here and I'll be like, dog, when you gonna send me the beat that you played over the, you know what I mean? He be talking about some other beat because that's how he is. He skipped one to the next. I'm like, dog, I need the other beat that you played me the other day. Remember? I was started writing to it. I got words in my phone. He'd be like, oh, I think I know which one you're talking about. You know, I be naming them crazy. Like that happened a lot of times too.
Right.
This is what I want you to hear. You know, okay, man. Okay. Yeah, that one dope too, but I need the other shit.
I need the other one. Yeah. Give me the other one.
He'd be on Instagram playing beats like beats like that. Like I'm saying, like he'll play them, but he won't send them.
I know.
And then I go to Instagram, I see Clint Taylor live, and I'll be like, what are you doing? And he'll be playing that beat, and I'll be like, yo, dogs, like you gonna send the, like, I need the beat. Why you playing with me, man? Send me the beat. Or I jump on live. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, man, come on, bro.
Man, come on.
My inbox right now about this beat, but I told him, bro, it's yours. It ain't mine till it hit the Gmail, though, man. Come on, bro. Yeah. So I'm spoiled, very, very spoiled, man. Spoiled brat, man. Spoiled brat.
Nice, bro. So, last question. You mentioned in a different podcast that this was supposed to be a double album, right?
Yeah.
Or 2 albums, not a double album, but 2 albums. Are we going to get another SX Heisenberg appearance, either album or feature?
I hope so. You know what I mean? That's not the vibe I'm on right now creatively, but I hope so. I mean, Clint and I are working on other things right now that's not that. But I certainly hope so. I'm rewatching the series again. You know what I mean? Trying to just pick up on things I ain't pick up on in the first time. So who knows, man? Hopefully, we'll see.
Right on.
We'll see. I'm not against it, but I mean, I got to go with the vibe.
Right on, brother. Right on. I hope to see him.
Yeah, sure. The cook.
Homie's a monster. Yeah, homie's a monster.
Absolutely.
we need him again sometime soon. But
man, I appreciate
that's
that.
all we got for you, bro. Thank you for coming through.
Come on, man. Thank you, man. I love the new podcast, man. No gimmicks, man. Wishing all the best. If it's anything I could do, you know what I mean, to help, like I'll be more than excited and happy to do so, man. Welcome to the team too, my bro Frank D, man. Welcome to the team, G. You know what I'm saying? And
his mic all off.
Oh, he muted. Oh, okay. No, it's all good. It's all good. But we definitely. Okay, you good now.
You are. Welcome back.
No. I was just gonna, just let you guys, get your rap on or whatever. So that's pretty much it. But no, I heard what you said, homeboy, and I appreciate that, man.
Cool, man. All good. I know if Blak Mike gave you the thumbs up, man, that's all we need. You know what I'm saying? So you good money this way, bro. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And but yeah, man, y'all do your thing, man. Let me get out your way, man, so you can talk about what happened to my guy Bret Hart. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, what you think about that?
The fuckery, you know what I'm saying? That
what you think?
My God, man. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, I can't get into it, man. I can't.
Hold on, because this is gonna contribute to a later conversation. So I need your thoughts on it, real quick, before we let you go. Do you think? So wrestling has a very, very great history of blurring the lines.
Yeah. Right?
Sure. Do you think that was real or was that scripted? So we either call that a work or a shoot. If it's real, it's a shoot.
I think it was both.
Why would you think that?
I think that the flip was real. I don't think he knew that shit was gonna happen, man. Like I don't think he knew. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't think he. I mean, to this day, man, he's still saying the same shit. I don't think. I mean, what sense would it be today to lie about it? Like, what difference it make?
I gotta agree with him because Bret is still. It's like when you listen to Bret Hart do interviews, it's like it's so 1997.
Absolutely.
You know, but these days he goes after one person. When he talks, he goes after Triple H.
Absolutely.
That's the one he goes after. So I don't know. I'm agreeing with it. I'm agreeing with MRK. I think it was a work shoot. I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, for everybody else, stay tuned because we're gonna break this shit down.
Man, are y'all talk about the one you sent me? Was it?
Did you watch it? The Dark Side of the Ring.
Which I'm trying to remember which episode. Was that the one where the dudes fought for real? Remember that one?
The brawl fall. Yeah.
Y'all gonna talk about that one? I hope so, man, because that shit is crazy.
I guess we are now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, man, that shit crazy, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know if you watch Dark Side of the Ring, man, but if you don't, even if you're not a wrestling fan, bro, like that shit is hella intriguing. You know what I mean? Like it's hella intriguing, bro.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna send you the one on New Jack. You gotta watch that one. Rest in peace, New Jack. He just passed away.
Man, rest in
peace. Homie was a real one. I'm gonna send you that one.
Please do, bro. Please do, man. Thank y'all again for having me, man. And I hope it's a great rest of y'all show. All right.
All right, brother. Have a good night. Thank you for coming, bro.
No doubt.
Peace. Well,
the brawl for all, huh?
Yeah, I sent him that one.
Yeah, what a clusterfuck that was.
It was a clusterfuck.
It's funny. It's funny because on the previous podcast I was on, Gurrick Report, we interviewed Vince Russo, and when we did it, right, I've always it's kind of like this where this whole no gimmicks comes from, right? The attitude of this podcast is because I say what the fuck I want to say, and I don't give a fuck if you like it or not. You can cut the shit off. You feel me? So the deal is that when we interviewed Vince Russo, my partner Steve was like, "Oh shit," because he thought the interview was going to be over as soon as it started. Because I called Russo on his bullshit. I said, Russo, I think you were copying ECW during the Attitude Era.
Of course he was.
He says he wasn't. And I brought up 2 fucking examples of him copying ECW. First example was the Sandman and Steve Austin. Steve Austin drinking the fucking beer. Who was the first one to drink the beer? It was the Sandman, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Second example I brought up to Russo was the crucifixion angle involving Raven and the Sandman. And then what happened with the Undertaker crucifying Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Russo basically said he never watched ECW.
Bullshit.
He's basically said he didn't agree with that. So in that context, right there, he was like, he thought the interview was going to be over because I went, head to head with Russo. But that's what it's about. That's what we're supposed to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And,
I will say this for Russo, though. I will say this for Russo.
And I got no problem with Vince Russo.
I don't either. But if you watch that Dark Side of the Ring, homie was fucked up for that shit. he
only did it because of JBL.
Yeah, JBL.
He wanted to shut up JBL. With JBL, yeah. I mean, if they want to talk about a story, get Joey Styles up there, and let's talk about when he knocked him the fuck out. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's talk about, you want to talk about some real...
Hey, Joey Styles was a thug, bro. I love Joey Styles.
Jody Styles did in ECW for years, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want to talk about stories. Let's talk about the story of Shane Helms, Hurricane, throwing that fucking frozen water bottle at fucking Buff Bagwell's head, splitting his ass open.
Oh, yeah.
That's some funny shit.
Yeah.
And I ain't particularly a Buff Bagwell fan. I've had an interaction with Mr. Bagwell before, and it wasn't a great one.
Yeah, Hurricane told me about time he had checked somebody. I was like, yeah, don't fuck with Hurricane. Hurricane about that action.
Right. Yeah. He about it. He about that life.
Yeah, Hurricane about that action, bro. Don't fuck with him. But for those listening, we're gonna take a break. If you're on live, we'll stay live. But come back here on the DFPN, the More No Gimmicks podcast. All right, so we back. And that was a good interview. Pretty good interview with the homie.
Hey, I bet you do it because you guys know each other. You guys have a rapport, and
that's the homie.
You're the music guy. I'm the wrestling guy.
What do you want for dinner?
What?
What do you want for dinner?
I'll make it. Don't worry about it.
Well, it's my dinner night. That's why I'm asking.
Don't worry about it. I got it. Okay. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Kids, bro. They always be jumping in here. But it's good. It's all good. We live.
Yeah,
it happens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're live. We're live, pal.
Yeah, it happens. Whatever. It's just a live broadcast. But anyway, yeah, so good interview with the homie. Go check him out. All streaming platforms. Moving on. Let's talk about AEW Dynamite, bro.
Well, I don't want to talk about Dynamite yet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
we're just straight shooting here talking the shit, right? Let's talk about what he was talking about. He brought up, Montreal. He brought up the Screwjob. He brought up.
We're going there. We're going there right now.
Fuck
all
yeah.
Right, let's do it.
Like he said, it's elements of both. It was a working to shoot. I'm gonna tell you right now. All right, I don't understand till this day what the fuck was the problem other than Shawn Michaels telling Bret Hart, "I'll never put you over." Other than that, I don't understand the whole situation of I can't lose in Canada. It makes no fucking sense to me. All right. Especially because what was Bret going to be? Listen, I'm a Bret Hart fan, more of a Bret fan than I was a Shawn Michaels fan. I put it like that. Okay.
I agree. I'm there with you.
Okay. But in all fairness in the situation, if you're Bret Hart and you're the WWF champion, okay, you have 30 days of reasonable creative control in your contract. Great. But you're getting paid what, $1.5 million, $2 million to go to WCW? Yeah. Okay, for each year.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I mad about here? I don't want to leave the WWF, but they're going to pay me so much more money in Atlanta. So what's the problem? Just do the fucking job. Do the favor.
So here's where I am with it. I'm thinking I'm in agreement with both of you guys. I do think it's a work shoot. And I'm pretty sure Bret knew that shit was coming. And
well, you hear the interviews that Bret's done where he was saying that people like Ron Simmons and Vader told him, hey, don't let them try any kind of holds that get you on the ground. No kind of tie-ups and shit.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he knew that shit was coming. But I think Bret put too much trust in them. Especially if you look at the time this shit happened, right? This happened after the Alundra Blaze incident, right? When she went on Nitro and dropped the title into the trash can. Okay. Do you really, in your heart of hearts, Bret Hart, think that after that shit happened, that they're going to let you walk out of the WWF with that title in hand? Absolutely fucking not.
The original plan that Bret wanted to do, says Jim Cornette, who was there at the time, he was on the creative team, was Bret wanted to do the match with Shawn, okay, and then come out the next night on Raw and do a speech and surrender the WWF Championship and leave.
Okay, so that if that was the plan, cool. I don't disagree with that.
That's not cool.
I don't disagree with that.
No, fuck that.
He just wants to go out on his own terms.
Go out in his
that
own
was the plan.
terms.
But
fuck that. Go out on his own terms and go out on his own terms. Go out on his own terms, straight to the competition.
The fuck is the problem? Vince knew it was gonna happen. The only problem in this whole shit is Alundra Blaze fucked that shit up for you, bro. She did.
Okay,
that shit was not gonna. It was not gonna happen.
Let's get the Alundra Blaze Medusa thing out the way. What I'm saying is that if you let's put it like this: if you're running the WWF, you're Vince McMahon, your champion is Bret Hart. Bret's going to leave. Bret signed a contract with you, but you can't afford to pay Bret the money because you're getting basically, getting shit on by Turner.
Right.
Bret's going to sign to WCW to make more money than you can pay him. And he basically is telling you that he's not going to lose to your champion. He's not going to do the job on the way out, which people have done on the way out. Hogan's done the job. Hogan did the job to Yokozuna before he left. He put over Yoko. Kevin Nash put over Shawn. Good friends, better enemies. He put over Shawn Michaels before he left. So what makes Bret Hart think that Bret Hart's better than Kevin Nash or Hulk Hogan?
Because I'm not fucking Kevin Nash or Hulk Hogan.
Especially Hulk Hogan.
I'm not Kevin Nash. I'm not Hulk Hogan. Fuck both of them. So I'm in Canada. This is my last night as champion.
Okay. So
I want to address my country as champion because these motherfuckers are hardcore wrestling fans. So
what if Stone Cold Steve Austin would have said, "I don't want to put over Bret Hart in Canada"?
Then Vince probably would have rolled with it.
See that's where the whole thing is stupid. It's like me. It's like I'm a wrestler saying, "I will be damned if I lose in California." See how stupid that sounds?
Hey, you can bring it up. Did Vince go along with it? No, and that's why we got what we got.
Vince kept giving Bret options on what to do.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
I know.
And Bret kept turning down everyone, and it was all because he didn't like Shawn. Bret wasn't thinking about the WWF. He didn't give a shit about the WWF or what was going to happen to the WWF. He just didn't want to put over Shawn. Right. Let's just call it like that. And I'm telling you, this ain't a bash Bret Hart thing. It's just the fucking truth.
Not. No, it's not.
The truth.
But herein lies the answer to the whole question.
What's up?
The shit's a shoot.
It's a work shoot.
It's a work shoot. Yeah.
Bret was told one thing. Bret believed one thing, and then Vince delivered something else. And that's what it was. And Jim Cornette says pretty much that he says double cross him. That's what Jim Cornette said, double cross him.
So who's at fault for this shit? Is it Bret or is it Vince?
Listen.
Nobody handled that shit right.
It's all three of them.
Yeah. No one handled that shit.
It's all three of them. It's all three of them. And it's basically, in my opinion, it really falls on Vince McMahon. Because Vince McMahon allowed this situation to get out of control to the point that it did. To the point where the wrestlers are now running the asylum. If Vince was, put his foot down and say, okay, here's the deal. You are going to drop the championship to Shawn at the Survivor Series, and that's it. But because he gave him that 30 days reasonable creative control, he has to abide by that. So in that retrospect, Vince was wrong for not, going with the contract. Bret was wrong because Bret left. Bret did what he did at the Survivor Series, got screwed over. But then Bret goes and blasts all the fucking news outlets he can find, exposing the business, telling them basically that what just happened here, I didn't lose. You know what I'm saying? So everybody in the situation is wrong. Period.
Yeah.
It's all, everybody's at fault. And it would be, and you and I are doing it right now on the inaugural No Gimmicks podcast. We're talking about it now. It'll be some other motherfuckers that'll talk about it later. It's always going to be brought up. Was Montreal a work or a shoot? Scott Hall thinks it was a fucking work.
I think it was both. I think it was both.
It was elements of both. It was a rush shoot.
It couldn't have been a straight up shoot.
But Scott brought up good points though. Scott brought up good points as to when Bret Hart spit in Vince's face.
Mm-hmm.
How the cameraman tightened in on that shit. Like he didn't cut away. He went right into that to catch that.
Oh.
So Scott was like, Vince ain't this is Vince's TV. Vince controls all this shit. Okay? Just like the camera when Bret, writes WCW at the camera. And the camera doesn't
piss him off, just zoom in. Right. I'm gonna piss him off, just zoom in.
Yeah. So they're catching all this shit.
Yeah. Catch all this shit.
So Scott, Scott's in the belief that it was a work. It's a lot of compelling evidence. The only people who know, only people who knows the truth about this are Bret Hart, Vince, Shawn, anybody else who was involved. But I will tell you this: Bret obviously didn't know what it was. If I'll put it like this, here's another way to look at this. Let's say the screw job was a work, and Bret knew about it. Okay, but it didn't go down the way Bret thought it was going to go down. They double crossed him.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like maybe,
and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like maybe he did think some shit was coming. But he was just like, fuck it, because I think according to him, Vince gave him his word that the shit wouldn't go that way.
Well, what I'm getting at though is that the original finish, what happened with the sharpshooter, when Shawn would put him in the sharpshooter, and then Bret reverses the sharpshooter, is what was supposed to happen. If it ain't ring the bell.
Right.
I believe that it was supposed to go further than that. I think it was supposed to be Bret doing the sharpshooter, and something else was supposed to happen. That's what Bret's thinking.
Right.
And then they do what they do.
Yeah, because even in the finish, you can see him like trying to reverse the shit.
Right. Yeah.
Like he's grabbing to try to reverse it.
Right. So I don't know. I just think if I'm Bret Hart and I'm making all this money from WCW, even though when I get down there,
I wouldn't
shit with me. Because you got to remember something, man. The Click ran the business at this time. Whether people want to admit that or not, the Click was in control.
Yeah.
You have, what did Shawn Michaels say? Don't confuse, what did he say? Don't confuse leaving with expansion. Because you have the Click North and you got the Click South. Who was the booker down there? Who was on the booking team?
Kevin Nash.
Who was Shawn Michaels' big buddy? Nash.
Yep.
So that's what it is. What it is. I'm pretty sure we do our next No Gimmicks podcast. My thoughts will be different because I'll be watching some other shit and it'll change my mind.
Now, follow-up question to that. What happens if the Montreal Screwjob never happened?
That's a good question. Because out of the Montreal Screwjob, we got the greatest evil character
ever.
The greatest evil character of all time, Mr. McMahon.
Yep.
So if Montreal never happened, do we get Mr. McMahon? I don't know.
I don't know.
I think maybe we will at some point. We'll get Mr. McMahon, but I don't know, man. I just that's a hard one because does Stone Cold take off the way they want Stone Cold to take off? Do we see degeneration? Do we see Degeneration X? Does Bret Hart stay? Does Bret Hart leave? What happens if Bret Hart stays?
Right.
I mean, it's not like they were doing gangbuster fucking business.
Right.
You know?
One of the things that really struck me, and I may be going too deep in thought with this shit. If that shit never happens, right? If that shit never happens, does Owen Hart still live?
That's a very good question. What's that old saying? You have your death day.
Yeah.
You
Stamped and signed.
It was meant to happen that way, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's how it was meant to go.
Yeah. Maybe. But I think there's so much shit that happens as a result of that one event. So much shit.
Right.
And that's one of the things I think about, really. Like, if that Blue Blazer gimmick never comes back because him and his brother are on the tag team and chasing titles, or even if he's still in good graces, even if he still leaves, you know what I mean? Like, does that shit even still happen?
Well, I mean, if you look at it like this, that whole Black Heart gimmick that Owen Hart was doing, that to me, that shit was working.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They completely squandered that away.
Yeah,
and a lot of that had to do with Shawn Michaels. Yep. I think a lot of it also had to do with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Maybe, yeah.
Stone Cold not wanting to really do anything with Owen because Owen hurt him at SummerSlam, which is, I understand that.
Understandable.
Austin would have been understandable about it had Owen called and checked on him,
right?
Which is what Owen didn't do, which is what Stone Cold had an issue with.
Right. Maybe that was guilt. Maybe.
Yeah.
A lot of that was maybe guilt.
It's like we were talking about, our show we did, and we were talking about Brian Pillman. If Pillman never gets hurt, what happens with Pillman? Does he become a big star in the WWF?
I think if he doesn't get hurt,
WCW.
Yeah, if he doesn't get hurt, he probably is he's probably in the GOAT conversation.
Yeah.
He's probably in that.
But you gotta remember who has Vince's ear at this time. It's the Click, Shawn, it's Triple H. They got Vince's ear. I mean, they were even you even hear stories of the shit they were trying to do to The Rock to get The Rock derailed, to get his push derailed.
Right.
A lot of jealousy going on with these people at this time. You know what I mean?
Which is why you never saw. If you don't know, that's why you never saw a Rock versus Shawn Michaels match.
Yeah, and then the rumor has it Shawn went to work for a territory, I guess, that the Anoa'i family had or something like that. And I guess he disrespected The Rock's grandmother or something. I've heard that story as well. So I don't know. But The Rock never went to work for Shawn Michaels, and it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
All right. So before we move on to the next topic, we're going to take another break for the listeners. For the people live, we'll stay live. So come back to No Gimmicks here on the DFPN. And we're back. So let's get into some AEW Dynamite, man. Can we go there now? All right, let's do it. So AEW Dynamite Wednesday. Last night, before we get into the meat and potatoes, last night, which their ratings came out, shit ain't looking good, bro. They slid again. The shit ain't looking good.
What was on television versus AEW?
The Warriors versus the Lakers.
Okay, there you go.
Which was a big ass game. So,
there you go. That's what did it.
I would give it that, but that's a sharp drop.
It's a sharp drop, and me personally, outside of a couple of things, a couple matches on the show, to me, it wasn't their strongest show.
No,
it was something was off about that show last night, and I don't really think there were any fans in attendance at that show. I don't.
You said this to me last night, and I was looking at it, they kept panning to one section of the crowd or whatever was that crowd, and it was all in the front row. They didn't pan out, but they normally don't pan out.
They normally do, especially when Jericho's comes out and
when
they're singing.
Music hits, when his music hits.
Yeah.
It was a little flat. They did have some high spots in it. Right. My highest spot was fucking Pinnacle, bro. That was the highest spot for me. When they cut back and they did that vignette that they did, particularly. And I'm almost wanting to go back in the past and slap the shit out of myself, bro. Like, why were you thinking this? Like, right. Shawn fucking Spears.
Right.
Sean Spears is a star. Is a star. He's a star because all this time that they're doing all this talking, he's just sitting there, and I'm wondering, like, I'm fixated on him because out of everything that's going on the table, he's just like sitting there, like what the he's got a what the fuck look on his face. He's like, fuck is going on? And like the whole time they're sitting there, he's just twirling his cup. Everybody else is drinking wine.
Well, because he wants to be, refreshed. He wants to be taken care of, and the fucking waiter is skipping him.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that was good shit. And then to top it all off, dude, fucking Toey pulls the money out
and throws it.
And says that should take care of it.
Take care of it, right?
Yeah.
Dude shakes say, yeah. All right, get the fuck out of here. Like,
yeah, but guess what? Notice. And this is not, notice who was at the head of the table last night.
MJF.
That's right. So
MJF.
Yep.
But I loved it. I loved that whole thing. Especially because everybody was getting their rounds in. Right, FTR coming out and saying, like, we have bigger fish to fry. We should be chasing every championship in this company.
And he's fucking correct.
He is absolutely correct.
Yeah.
And it all made sense. And then, like, when that shit finally went down with Sean Spears, and he finally was just like, all right, I'm going to fuck you up because you're not serving me. Like, everybody's like, whoa, bro, chill. Like, calm down. He's like, all right, cool. So yeah, man, definitely a dope segment. The AEW Women's Championship and the NWA Women's Championship.
Bro, I told you last night. I said because you didn't watch the show live like I did,
right?
So I was wondering, why is it that you have the AEW match? Fucking it was slow. I don't think personally Rebels ain't good at all. And then fucking all of a sudden, Britt Baker comes in. Britt Baker does her thing,
right?
But then you go to the NWA Championship match later on, and Serena Deeb. she made
listen.
She made Red Velvet like $1 million out there.
Listen.
Night and fucking day with these. And I think that was the point.
Right.
Serena went out there to
make a point.
The NWA's women's division is a fucking whole lot better than the AEW's division.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't see what's her name? Sheeta, the AEW women's champion. I don't understand why she's been champion for a year. She does nothing for me in the ring at all. If you want to be,
she's had some pretty good matches. She's been decent.
Britt Baker,
yes,
should be the women's champion.
Yes,
should have been women's champion.
Sheeta's been decent, but as decent as she's been, Britt Baker has been fucking murdering it.
It ain't like Sheeta is fucking Asuka.
No, she's not.
Or Io Shirai.
She's not. She's been trying to hold it down. I'll give her that. But if you ask me my opinion on who should be the champion right now, Britt Baker.
Okay. But if you want to put it like this, didn't they have a situation not so long ago when Thunder Rosa was wrestling for the AEW championship?
Mm-hmm.
Why the hell did they put the belt on her?
I have no idea. And you know what? This may have everything to do with the speculation that's going on. That's a Kenny move.
Well, what's the speculation?
The EVPs are all not talking to each other.
Okay, that's fine. But my point is that obviously you have a relationship here with the NWA. Obviously. The NWA's championship match was featured in your second fucking hour. Above your
But here's the thing though. Exactly. They fucking tore the house down.
Sure did.
They tore the house down.
Right.
Your champion did not do this shit. You know who should be champion? The one tearing the house down. Britt Baker's the one tearing the house down.
No
She
doubt.
should be the champion.
She's been
without a doubt. There is no doubt that she is tearing the house down. She has heat. She has nuclear heat on her. She is holding up that women's division.
She had nuclear fucking heat when she was out there with Shivani, and credit to Tony Schiavone for helping her get over, because a lot of that was him.
Yes.
So Britt Baker should be the AEW's women's champion, and there should be a clash between the AEW women's champion and the NWA's women's champion.
There should be.
There should be. And if you want to talk about other people that can be brought into this equation,
Jade Cargill.
Yeah, exactly. But also, when you talk about talent, bring fucking Nick Aldis in. Have Nick Aldis defend that NWA championship on Dynamite. Let's what the fuck it is. Because listen, the bottom line is that let's not bullshit around here. Yeah, NWA has a following, and I get that.
Yeah.
The big number 2 company by default in this country, especially because of the money that they're making, TV rights that they're getting. The fact that the third hour of AEW TV is going to be premiering real shortly on TNT called AEW Rampage.
Right.
Okay. We're going to be talking about AEW television moving to TBS in 2022. Right. All right. And some people see that as a negative. It's not a negative. TBS
it's all positive.
It's all positive. TBS has more of a reach than TNT does. Always has.
I actually wanted them to go to TBS first.
Right. So we're going to have AEW on TBS, most likely uninterrupted. You don't have to worry about them being preempted for anything. But they gotta tighten this shit up, bro. Like they gotta tighten a lot of this shit up.
Here's what I need from them. Give me Britt Baker as the AEW Women's Champion.
Agreed.
Put her in a feud with Jade Cargill.
Agreed.
And let's have fun.
Jade Cargill looks like a million fucking bucks, man.
Yep.
She screams superstar.
Or if you want to mix shit up, because listen. Last night I actually said to myself, Serena Deeb is making a point right now. Like she ain't to be fucked with, and she turned that shit up to 11, bro. Last night,
right,
just to make a point. Now, if you want to do that, put her in a legitimate feud against Thunder Rosa and let them go at it. And then let them go at it on AEW. Or if you want to do that, give me Britt Baker winning the championship, right? Because that would make sense. Her and Thunder Rosa don't like each other. That would make sense. Put them in a feud. And give me Jade Cargill to go chase the NWA title so she can go get some experience in NWA and come back as a better fucking version of herself.
Well, the only way you're going to get better versions is that AEW is eventually going to have to go on the road doing house shows.
Right.
That's the only way your talent is going to go out there and they're going to get better. Anybody would agree with that.
Experience is experience.
Yeah. Exactly. So other than that, it did the segment with the Inner Circle coming out there, and I don't know. I wasn't feeling it.
Flat.
In a row. Yeah.
It was flat.
Flat response. It didn't top Pinnacle at all.
No. And this further lets me know that they about to disband because it just felt disingenuous.
Yeah, I think they've kind of run their course. I think they realize. I think they've run their course. I think Jericho's probably wanting to do something else at this point.
Sad part is I was thinking that during the promo. I was like, they probably want to go do some other shit.
Yeah,
like,
so
he wants to go do some other shit.
I enjoyed the promo with Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page. That was pretty good.
Listen. The promo was good. I'm not going to talk shit about the promo because the words in the promo were absolutely on point. However,
are we on the same? I think I know what you're going to say, but go ahead.
Bro, I need them to know how to work the crowd, my guy. Like, if they're booing you, don't keep fucking talking through that shit. Like, this is your opportunity to get more heat.
Okay,
Get that shit. Tell them to shut up. Like
that's where you're not. That's where you don't get it. That proves right there that
there was no crowd.
their crowd. That shit was piped in.
Mm.
So he's not. It's all. You can tell it's piped in crowd noise because he's not reacting to that.
Okay. All right.
You look at all the previous episodes of Dynamite when they had a live crowd, when they were touring.
Yeah, they pandered to that shit.
Yeah, Scorpio Sky was
now that you say that makes
Yeah.
perfect sense. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, work the crowd.
Right.
Like,
He
what
can't
are you
work.
doing?
He can't work a crowd.
Can't work a crowd that ain't there.
That ain't there, and can't work for some sound effects that he's not hearing.
Got it.
So
I got
it's not Scorpio Sky's fault. But what do you but the takeaway for me on this one is Sting is going to come back and wrestle a match at Double or Nothing. It's going to be a tag match. I hope to God that Sting
In
just
front of a crowd.
Yeah, in front of a crowd. I hope that Sting just
Bro, I'm not excited.
Stays on the apron.
I'm not excited. I'm
actually
worried. I'm worried.
Well,
Bro, did you see Sting putting that Scorpion Deathlock on him? It was bad.
He was just trying to find he was trying to find a spot.
Bro, no. Sting's needs a shot, bro.
Well, it could be. I mean, listen, the guy is what is he? 62?
He's like 62.
Yeah.
He's in his 60s.
So I mean, look, man, but he doesn't fucking look it. But at the
Didn't
same
even
time,
do the Stinger splash. I was just like, what the fuck? Come on, Sting. I love you, but let this be like this needs to be a one-off. We don't need to see you again for a while. Like, go stir some shit up, but don't wrestle. You know what I mean? I'm cool with you.
I think Sting could be perfect in the role of a manager at this point.
Exactly.
You know, as an
I
advisor.
don't need to.
We don't need to see you in the ring.
You've entertained us long enough, bro. Don't hurt yourself trying to entertain us.
Well,
like
the thing about Sting is that I think he has a sour taste in his mouth from what happened at WWE.
The Seth Rollins incident.
Well, that incident, but then just how he was treated over there.
I get that.
It is exactly what he thought it was going to be when he came over there. You know,
I get that.
He came in at a horrible time with that authority storyline, just stinking up the joint.
It happens, bro. I understand that, but you did it. You got it out of the way. We were entertained. Don't hurt yourself trying to entertain.
I don't think he's going to hurt himself. I think I have to believe even that little shit that he did last night. They have to. I'm pretty sure they practiced that before they did it.
I hope so.
Yeah. So it wasn't so much. I don't know. I don't think it was necessarily anything to do with his knees. It looks to me he was looking for the place to, like for a second he forgot the hard cam or something.
Maybe.
Yeah. And
but it did look like
you heard about the stories of seeing in TNA where he would forget spots.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, dude, just if you're gonna do the match, stay on the fucking corner. Let Darby do his thing. You just come in at the end for the hero save.
Right.
But they're gonna do the job. You know that Sting's gonna put over Sky and Paige.
True.
So
makes sense.
I mean, I'm actually gonna order the fucking show. So
Double or Nothing?
Yes, sir.
We should have a watch party. Want to have a watch party?
We'll see.
All right. I'm down with that.
Yeah.
If you're down, because I want to watch it too.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it because I'm actually looking forward to see if they're gonna make a mistake and put that fucking championship on pockets.
I hope they do. I hope they fuck
as Jim Cornette calls them.
I want them to. That's just me though, wishfully thinking. That's just me, bro.
Yeah, that's you, man. That's you, because I don't see no upswing at all, and this dude becoming the world heavyweight champion. This is supposed to be your top championship. This is fucking. Why would you make the mistake of putting the belt on Orange Cassidy?
Oh no, I was talking about Pac, not Orange.
I said pockets.
They better not. They better not put that shit on Orange.
No,
He's massively over. He's over. Massively.
Bro, over for who says he's over?
Dude, watch. When they come to Texas, Orange Cassidy is going to get a fucking
what the fuck?
Bomb of a pop.
What the fuck does that have to do with me in Texas?
Because you there, and he's coming there, and there's going to be a crowd there, and they're going to go fucking apeshit for him.
Bro, I'm not going to be there.
You ain't going?
No.
Why not?
Because, dude, all the good tickets are gone.
I told you, don't worry about this shit. Are you going? Just all you got to do is say yes. I said, don't worry about it. We have people for this. We, the good folks at DFPN, have people now. You don't have to worry about these types of things.
Well, I guess.
Are you going?
I guess we'll talk about this off the air.
The question was, are you going? And the answer is yes or no.
Hey, man, I guess we'll talk about it off the air.
All right, cool.
Shit.
So, speaking of which, we have a fan question. We do pay attention. And someone said they wanted you to talk about the Cody Rhodes promo.
Yeah. It's about that promo that he cut last week. The American Dream. That promo.
I'm going to hit you with the elbows, baby. We're going to go to the pay window, baby.
That promo when he was out there talking about my wife's going to have a baby. It's going to be a black baby. It's going to be a white baby. And all that shit. Is that what we're talking about?
This is exactly what we're talking about.
And we talking about for one night only, baby. The American Nightmare is going to be the American Dream. Is that what we're talking about?
That's what we're talking about.
Well, at first I was like, it's all right. Then I watched it again. Shit's terrible.
I thought it was terrible when he did it.
What the fuck? Are we back in the 80s or some shit? Is this the foreign heel? Is that what we're going on here? I mean, really?
Yeah. That's where we're going with it.
Doesn't make no fucking sense. But I'm gonna tell you real quick. Out of the factory, the whole factory stable, Anthony Ogogo is the only one that looks like a star to me. The only one that looks like a star.
Yes.
You know what I'm gonna tell you what the factory reminds me of. Do you remember in WCW in '97? It was around Uncensored, and Roddy Piper had a team. You remember that?
Yes.
That's what the factory reminds me of.
Oh shit, that's fucked up.
That's what they remind me of. They remind me of
that's
that
so
team.
Fucked up.
They remind me of that team. Okay. Before.
Oh man, that's fucked up.
Before Flair stepped in.
This is so fucked up. Like I forgot about it until you said that shit. That's fucked up, bro. Wow. That's fucked up.
It's the truth, man.
Now all I can hear is the bagpipes playing and him waving them out. Like, what the fuck is this shit?
Right. But it's the truth.
Oh, that's fucked up.
It's the truth. All right. So like I said, out of that right there, out of that band of misfits, the only one that actually looks like a superstar is Anthony Ogogo. That's it. He's only one.
I'll give you that.
He was like a star.
The thing that, and I don't know if this is
the one that's dressed in all white. Seriously, he reminds me of John Tenta.
Yeah, he actually does.
That's what I'm saying. When I saw that last night, I was like, dude, this reminds me of Piper's Uncensored team before he got switched to the Horsemen.
That's some funny shit.
Right.
Oh man.
Fucking Dungeon of Doom.
My thing with a go-go is I don't know if this is a work or a shoot, but supposedly he's like 78% blind in his eye, right?
Okay.
I
sure.
Again, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Don't know.
Right. But like what makes me think it's a work is they actually talked about it like during the match last night. Like he's protecting his eye and blah blah blah.
His eye. So just because it's like we go, hey, welcome to WWF Superstars Wrestling. We got Kerry Von Erich out here, and Kerry's missing a foot.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I got you.
Yeah. So that's what made me think like they probably working this shit, but hopefully. But what he did with Austin Gunn, I was like, okay, that's legit. That's legit.
Oh, that was some good shit. That was some good shit.
Some good shit.
That was good. That's why I think he's the only one that was like a star out of that whole band of misfits.
Yeah, definitely. So with that,
action.
With that, WWE is hitting the road.
That's what I heard, man.
So SummerSlam.
Yes, sir.
Vegas.
Yeah, most likely if they're going to be in Las Vegas for SummerSlam, or as I call it, Summer Scam. Most likely they're going to probably be at the T-Mobile Arena.
Oh,
yeah, that's where it's probably going to be at. Unless if they're not going to do it there, they're going to probably do it at the stadium that they have out there for the Raiders. But
Alliance,
yeah,
Alliance is too big though.
Yeah, I don't know. This is WWE, and they got time to plan it out. But remember, they want to treat SummerSlam like WrestleMania. Yeah.
Makes sense. Alliance is huge, though.
Yeah,
I mean, they can pull it off.
I'm thinking it's going to be a T-Mobile. To be honest, I think it's going to be a T-Mobile arena.
Well, they can pull it off in Alliance, and if they want to, still, I don't know. Vegas is fully open, so if they want to pack that bitch, then they probably want to go to T-Mobile.
Well, you know why they're pushing for fans,
because AEW is going back on the road.
No, it has nothing to do with AEW. What? It has to do with Fox. It's pushing for fans. Yes, because Fox basically is saying they want the WWE to be on the same level as the other brands that they have, which include the NHL and the MLB. They want to be on the same level. So if they can have fans, you need to get fans. So Fox is putting out there, and Fox is I guess talking to them like every week. When are you gonna have fans? They want fans. I'm assuming they are not fans of Thunderdome.
No, I'm not a fan of the fucking Thunderdome.
Yeah, Thunderdome is whack.
Yeah, no.
So, and then it's rumored.
Just my experience in the Thunderdome, I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, yeah. I don't like the piped in. I don't like any of that shit.
No.
And then it's rumored that Money in the Bank is rumored to be somewhere here in Texas, with the leading cities right now rumored to be San Antonio and Houston. So
San Antonio,
yeah. So if they're going to come to they're going to come to San Antonio. Obviously, it would be.
They need to go to San Antonio because their last pay-per-view was in Houston. So go to San Antonio. Yeah.
So if they come for that, it will most likely be at the AT&T Center.
Makes sense.
It's where we'll be at for Money in the Bank. So I might go to Money in the Bank. I've never seen one live.
I might go to SummerSlam actually.
SummerSlam. Yeah.
I hope I'm not still out here, but
right.
If I'm still out here, I'll go to SummerSlam.
Right. So that's what's going on with that. Skipped over something when it came to what was it? Oh yeah, real quick back to AEW. So Miro and the Acclaimed, the promos they cut last night, classic shit, especially the Acclaimed.
I told you. Somebody put that in the group and they was like, what's the best entrance music? And I was like, hear me out. Hear me out, because the acclaim be putting on out here.
Did you hear what dude said about Renee?
Yeah. Actually, she was on Busted Open this morning talking about it. And it was hilarious. But that immediate receipt was something to behold too.
Oh yeah, it was great. And they immediately zoomed into Moxley to see his reaction.
Yeah. He was
and
like,
then,
"Fuck your ass."
And then Miro out there later with Lance Archer, and he was saying, "Everybody dies. I just hope I prefer you
You're gonna go first."
Yeah, so that was some good shit. Telling Jake the Snake, you come any closer, all the yoga in the world won't save you. Which reference to DDP yoga. It was all good shit. So I don't know if a lot of the fans realize that next Friday night it's going to be a big test for AEW because AEW Dynamite is going up against WWE's Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So
now I don't really like this move. I understand why they're doing it, but I don't like it. And I don't like it because it's too close to Double or Nothing. And the last time this shit happened, people got hurt. So because they had a Friday Dynamite, and then they had a pay-per-view like 2 days later, and then people got hurt at fucking Dynamite because they were going all in because they were trying to have a good go home show. So I would much rather them give me a decent Dynamite where y'all don't have to go all out, y'all don't have to go all in. Just give me some decently worked matches. Give me a decent go home show. We coming back Sunday to burn this bitch down.
Yeah. So about that, right? I think that they picked the wrong night to do Blood and Guts. They should have saved that shit for the night they went up against SmackDown.
Went to Friday. Yep, they should have. But therein lies the problem, right? Because Double or Nothing is fucking 2 days
Here's
later.
the problem with this whole situation, dude. The problem with it is that you got 2 gimmick matches with the same fucking teams in the same fucking month. That's your problem. We need to space this shit out a little bit, spread it out. Like, I would have had a pay-per-view. Another pay-per-view would have been added called Blood and Guts.
Yep.
That's what I would have done. Or I would have had Blood and Guts at Double or Nothing.
Yep.
But they had to rush to do it. And it's like ever since they did it, it's been a decline ever since in the ratings for AEW. I don't know what happened. I don't know what it was.
Should have been a pay-per-view. It
was like they did it. They did like the first night they were unopposed, they did over 1 million. And it's been
damn near 1.1, and then it's been sliding
ever since then. So what's the problem? It's something going on here that you're not seeing.
Yeah.
The fans aren't liking something on the show. What they need to do is they need to go like WCW used to do and go segment by segment. What's your highest segment? Who's doing what in what numbers? That's what you need to focus on. Because like I said, man, the show is hit and miss. And they finally do a follow-up for Frankie Kazarian and Daniels, and Kazarian saying basically that he's about to go after every member of the Elite for causing the team to split up.
Everybody's going after the Elite, bro.
Yeah.
Leave that alone.
Then you got the Varsity Blondes. They go out there and they have a so-so match with the Bucks that got overshadowed quickly by Kingston and Moxley. Yep. So I mean, I don't know. It's just there's something about the show that's tuning people out. Is what's going on here, and I can't put my finger on what it is.
Well, I don't know either. I can't help you with that one because we'll see. But for right now, SmackDown is king until anybody else says otherwise.
Well, SmackDown's king because you got one of the greatest angles going on right now with Roman and the Usos. Yeah. Where does Jimmy Uso's allegiance lie? I think eventually Jimmy Uso is going to side with Roman. Is what's supposed to be happening?
Dude, they're setting the Rock up. They're just they're slow dragging this shit out. They're setting that shit up now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man. Any other final thoughts, parting shots?
Nah, I think that's pretty much it. There's a new a new Star Wars show on Disney Plus called The Bad Batch, and supposed to be happening directly after Order 66. So gotta check that out. See where they go with that.
You haven't watched it yet?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
No, I ain't gonna spoil it for you.
Nah, I'm gonna check it out though.
All right.
But they're saying that they're gonna probably have some surprises on the show. Seeing as it's so close after Order 66, so it's supposed to be very, very interesting. It's supposed to be one of the most violent shows that they've done. So,
I'll let you watch it. When you watch it, let me know your thoughts.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
When you watch it, let me know your thoughts.
So you think they're gonna bring Gina Carano back to the Mandalorian series, or you think she's done for good?
I think she's done for good. I don't think they're gonna bring her back. Once you fuck that Disney bag up, bro. Like once
Disney's the one who wants her back.
Huh?
Disney's the one who wants her back.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, well then she'll be back then.
It's that Grinch Kathleen Kennedy over at Lucasfilms who has an issue. So
if Disney wants her back, she'll be back.
That was your first
They
amendment.
run Disney's running the show there.
Yeah, say whatever the fuck she wants. It's her First Amendment right. What do you believe? You want to agree with it or you don't agree with it?
Yeah, she'll be back. If Disney wants her back, she'll be back.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see there. But other than that, I got nothing else, my man.
All right. That's all I got. Once again, thank you to the homie MRK SX or Mark Socks, however you want to pronounce the homie's name. Thank you to joining our show. Thank you guys for a good first show. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you, Frank D, for coming aboard. And we're gonna keep keeping this shit real, man. Y'all have a good day, good night, good weekend, good life. Peace.